What is going on with the Miami Heat and Bam Adebayo? Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat basketball channel. My name is Amir. Before I get into today's video, I just want to thank everybody for their continued support of the channel. I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, that would mean a lot to me, so thank you again. So the Miami Heat last night lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder on the road, 107-100, in a very disappointing game. The Miami Heat have now lost 2 games in a row against 2 good Western Conference teams. And these were 2 games that the Miami Heat could have won, or maybe even should have won. So the Miami Heat were up double digits against the Mavericks and blew that lead, and they just weren't able to contain Luka Doncic, who went off for a 30-point triple-double. And last night against the Thunder, the Miami Heat also had a 14-point lead in the third quarter and were in control of the game, did really well in the second quarter, took a 10-point lead at halftime, and extended it to around 14, 15 points in the third quarter. And then the Thunder came back, and the Miami Heat collapsed again in the third quarter, just like they did against Dallas and just like they did all last year. So the third quarter crushed us. The Heat scored 16 points, and the Thunder scored 30. So very disappointing game, especially when it comes to Bam Adebayo. I don't want to say he single-handedly lost the game, but if Bam had a decent game, not even a normal game for Bam Adebayo, which is his season averages of 20 and 10 and 5, if he had like 13 points or less, maybe 10 points, the Heat could have won this game. But Bam Adebayo was so bad and so ineffective. It was unfortunate. And this is 2 games in a row where Bam has struggled mightily offensively. And I don't know, other channels and media outlets are saying that Bam is in his head right now. So like he's just psyched out for some reason and has lacked confidence in these 2 games. And that's a big issue because these were 2 games that we could have won, that we needed to win. And the Miami Heat are lucky to be in the 6th seed because a few other teams have lost that are ahead of them. But these are 2 games they could have won. Again, these are 2 games that they could have won. And it's just disappointing that we just have fallen short against these teams. So the Heat just struggled rebounding again last night. Bam didn't have trouble with that area, but the Miami Heat got out-rebound, and just the Thunder leveraged second chance opportunities to win the game. And then Shai had 37 points, and he just absolutely dominated us. He's an MVP candidate, and he showed why at 37, 5, and 6. Just unstoppable last night. But the Miami Heat, which it's unfortunate, they shot 38% from 3 and we still lost this game. So like in back-to-back games, we shot very well from 3 and still lost, which is just not fair. Like it's not fun to see that because typically when we shoot in the high 30s, we win those games. The Heat shot 38% from the field and lost. So again, very unfortunate. Lost the rebounding battle by a small margin, but those few rebounds that we missed were huge. And so tough loss. Again, like I said, Jimmy Butler played good. He wasn't playing great, so he hasn't been great in the last 2 games. He had 20 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 8 for 16 from the field, which is good, but 0 for 3 from 3. And, Jimmy was getting doubled. Bam was getting doubled. Like, they're just packing the paint, not allowing Jimmy to get those mismatches, and they're blitzing him. And this has been a formula for success for both these teams so far. So we need to address that and adjust. Terry Rozier had a decent game as well. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 for 14 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. He was fine. Jovic, 7 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. He was okay. Duncan didn't have his best game. He was 3 for 8 from the 3. He had 9 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Wasted a Jaime Jaquez game, had one of his best games of the year. 25 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 10 for 13 from the field. Caleb didn't do that great, even though he has been playing a lot better in the last month or so no complaints there. But Patty Mills made his Miami Heat debut. And in 16 minutes, he had 13 points, 5 for 7 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3. So huge impact immediately. Getting minutes over Wright. I don't know why DeLon Wright has not played in 3 games. That's kind of surprising to see because Miami Heat apparently promised him playing time and a impactful role because he was planning on signing with the Celtics. So he hasn't played in a while, so not sure what's going on there. But back to Bam Adebayo, 5 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 for 9 from the field, 4 turnovers. So he had the most turnovers on the team as well. So I don't know what's going on, why he's all in his head right now, but he's just not playing confident basketball, not playing efficient basketball. He's missing easy opportunities, bunnies in the paint, and it's only 2 games. So I'm going to criticize Bam right now for playing badly because we could have won both of these games if he played decent. And those would have been 2 big victories, especially this one against the Thunder, who's one of the best teams in the NBA right now. And, if Bam played a little bit better, we would have won. So if he plays bad, I'm going to crucify him. And also, a lot of people talk about how we always talk shit on Tyler Hero for when he plays bad, but I do that for when players play bad as well. And Bam has not played good enough. But does that mean Bam sucks, that he's not an all-star player? No, it's just a 2-game stint. He's a human being. Like, he had 2 games that were bad. He needs to step up. He can't make it 3 in a row because we're playing the Wizards tomorrow, who are horrible. And if we lose to the Wizards tomorrow and lose 3 in a row, then it's panic time. Because I'll give you one thing. This Miami Heat team have not beaten any good teams. And I don't care what people say. Like, yes, we beat the Cavs and Bucks once, but 0-3 against the Celtics, who are number 1 in the East. Cavs were 1-0 against, but they had major injuries. They had Mobley and Garland out. The Bucks, yes, we beat them once, but we're 1-2 against the Bucks. The Knicks were 0-1. They're the 4th seed. So out of the top 4 teams in the East, we're 2-6 so far. Okay, we've beat the Magic, so great. We beat the series against the Magic. They're frauds. They're not going to do anything this year. And if we go to 7 and 8, the Pacers were 1-1 with them, and the Sixers were 2-1 against them, or 2-0 against them, but they didn't have Embiid in either of those games. So look at that. Like, haven't beat anybody good, honestly, because I don't think the Cavs are that amazing. Bucks, I think, are better than the Cavs, but we're still 1-2 against them. Don't have a winning record. Look at the East. Against the Thunder, we're 0-2 against the Thunder, even though we had 2 opportunities to beat them, which sucks. Should have won that game last night on the road. T-Wolves were 0-2 against them. Like, we lost the season series against them. The Nuggets, they're 3rd seed. We're 0-1 against them. I don't see us beating them in the next week or so when we play them at home. Clippers were 0-2. We lost to the Clippers the season series. Yes, the Pelicans were 1-0 against. They're fine, but they're not the greatest team. The Suns, 6th seed, who should be a little bit better, we're 0-2 against them. We lost the series against them. The Kings, we beat them 2-0. That's fine. They're not that great. The Mavs, I don't know if we're 0-1 or 0-2, but we're definitely at least lost 1 game. Lakers, we beat them. The Warriors, we beat them. That's fine, but they're the 9 and 10 seed. So, like, we haven't had any real credible wins. So it's super frustrating. And I blame Bam on these last 2 games, Jimmy a game ago. But we just need to step up. We need to be better offensively. Like, our defense has stepped up and picked up, but we have lost these games in the 3rd quarter predominantly after hot starts. So we need to figure shit out. And we need to rebound better. And we need to shoot better from the free throw line, I think. That's another thing. But then also we just need to, limit people getting offensive rebounds. That's the biggest thing is second chance points too as well. And also just showing we don't have elite superstar scorers. Jimmy Butler is capable and he can get you points, but he's not going to get you 37 points, 47 points, 57 points. I mean, I guess he can against the Bucks in the playoffs when it matters, but still he's not like that elite type of guy, 3-level scorer. He gets it in a grinding type of way. Like, he gets it in the low post, in the mid-range, at the free throw line. Like, you see what it's like having a guy like Shea or Luka who can, score at will. And we're lacking that. We're not a great offensive team. That's not our identity. But this Heat team needs to figure this shit out again. We have 18 games left, and this can't happen in the playoffs.